The way the papoose look at Remy, this is so beautiful, and I'm so happy for them.
Praise the Lord, everybody. It's an honor for me to be here to do this wedding all over again. Yes, I performed their first marriage over the phone. It was 7 years ago. And he stuck with her. You got a good man here.
Okay. Cardi B was in attendance to this wedding. And according to her, watching, standing by, admiring the scenery, engulfed in the love, she recognized what any other woman would have recognized. The look of a man who really loves somebody. And according to her, while watching, notice what she said. The way papoose look at her. They say the eyes is the window to the soul. And even if you don't recognize it, other people do. And these women know that this man was in love with this woman. And this is what I've been trying to say from the get-go. And I'm glad I found this clip. I'm like, wow. Because, see, I wasn't aware of none of this stuff because, I don't really watch this type of stuff. But like I said, it's coming in my timeline now since I've been covering it and getting y'all, basically into this. So pay attention to what's going on here. Remember, I had been already saying this. I've been saying Remy had what the other female artists in hip-hop wants. A faithful, committed, devoted, loving man who don't embarrass them and bring shame upon them when living in this era we living in with social media and all this eye candy in front of you, all this temptation in front of you, that when you weak and unstable, lack self-control, you tend to give in to those things, those desires and cravings, which actually come back and get you, You know what I mean? It'll come back and get you. Because the thing about it is, every man's sin will find him out. And when you, and it is embarrassing. Like, wasn't it embarrassing when it was found out Beyonce got cheated on by Jay-Z? She had did the Lemonade album talking about Becky with the good hair, and he had to do a public apology, but after it shamed her and embarrassed her because here she is put as the advocate for women and being a strong woman, and yet it's embarrassing when now it seems like you can't hold your family together. Wasn't it embarrassing when we saw how Meek Mills betrayed Nicki Minaj? That's embarrassing when she on the top of her game, believing she got a strong man in her corner. Wasn't it embarrassing to see again Cardi B on top of her game, and Offset continued to over and over again break this woman heart, hurt her, embarrass her, shaming her? We see this over and over and over again. And it's like, this was the advantage that Remy had over all these females in the hip hop. No, you wasn't able to sell more records than them. No, you may not have a bigger fan base than them. No, you may not be more popular than them. But what you did have that they didn't have is a person who loved you, a person who was faithful to you, a person who obsessively loved you. to the point that he put you before his own self, that most men and many men will not do. But this is how he loved you. And he loved everything about you to the point that he forgot about himself. He lost himself in the love that he had for you. He lost himself in the love that he had for you. And sometimes that can be smothering. Sometimes that can be too much, especially if you're not used to it and you don't value things like this and you normalize half-assing guys who don't bring that much to the table. And you can become used to that. And you can become used to that. Yeah, because here's the thing. Before you can love someone else, you have to first learn how to love yourself. And in the love you have for yourself, you have to know your worth and your value. And this is the problem Remy didn't have. Remy don't have love for herself. Remy still struggled with her past and bitterness. And that's why sometimes she can come off so angry and aggressive, because the past hurts. We don't know how far in depth that really can go. You don't know how far that hurt go. I saw a statistic when I was studying in a ministry dealing with families and things like that. And they said 1 out of every 3 children or young ladies end up being raped and molested by the time they turn the age of 15 by somebody they knew or somebody in their family. 1 out of every 3 females. And you don't know the hurts of women. You don't know the hidden scars. You don't know the mental abuse. You don't know these things, you know. And being a woman can be a gift and a curse. It's a gift because y'all are definitely the most beautifulest of God's creation, but it also can be a curse because many people despise that, envy that, and will try to tear at the core to rip your innocence away from you, to take away the purity of being God's precious gift. And it's sad, but it's true, you know? And then when I'm seeing Cardi B at this wedding, admiring y'all love, and in her heart, she just desiring to have a man like this. That's why she said what she said. She like, wow, the way he looking in Remy's face, it tell it all. He really loves her. And then what's amazing, they not only being a spectator to the love and a witness to the sacred day and ceremony of this marriage, they also seeing it play out. Like, wow, it really is real. It really was real. And you desire such a thing when it's presented to be as beautiful, because it's hopeful. It's hopeful that it's something that you can actually go after because you know it's there. You know it's real. You know it's out there. And I know this was she was feeling. And now I can imagine how she's seeing it now because she was there. Now to see it all falling apart, like she's like, wow. And to see what you was willing to give it all up for, I know she like, girl, you effed up. Like, really? And this is why Remy be so shameful. Like, we just saw the other day at the Shakur Stevenson fight, Clarissa Shields and Papoose there. Then directly across from them, Remy Ma and Fat Joe. No easy. No easy. Why? Because you're ashamed of him. You're ashamed to bring him around the company of others who you know the deal. So you know, even in your inner self, you made a mistake. You messed up. You know this. and you're shamed around your peers, because when people now look at you, they know what you did. When at one time people looked at you and they saw your husband, they saw the strength behind you. Now when they look at you, they see the scandal. They see the betrayal. They see the selfishness that you did. And I'm just being honest. Because no matter, see, even though I personally believe Papoose love could have been smothering. Because when you crazy about somebody like this, it can become obsessive to the point that it's religious. That this man religiously love you from the moment he wake up, from the moment he go to sleep. And that can be smothering. And you have to be careful with things like that. You really do. You have to be careful with that. Your wisdom have to allow you to know that even though you love this woman, even though you crazy about her, you have to be careful in that love, that you're not smothering her to the point that she want to get away from you. You have to be wise enough to know when to give it a break and be missed. Because even though we live together, I don't want to be around you all the time. I need freedom. I need peace. I need to get away sometimes. Allow me to miss you sometimes. Allow me to want to desire you sometimes. I get you desire me all the time. But at the same time, you have to allow me to want to miss you and desire you also. And I believe that also was a problem too. See, I'm not just going to look at this as though Pap is just this Superman, as though he don't have fault neither. And where he may have went wrong too, even though y'all seeing it to a point of like, well, he loved her and this and that. Yeah, I get that. But you also have to know how to operate in love. Just because you love somebody don't mean that it can be healthy. It don't make it healthy. It can be an unhealthy love, even though you feel you drowning and smothering me with it. It's unhealthy. That's how come you need this wisdom. You have to operate in the truth. You have to be led by the Spirit. This ain't just something that we get together and do. This is something we work on together to do, by which we can be successful in it. Being successful in it. And it can't just be a one-way street. And when I was seeing this, and I saw Cardi, and I saw how she was admiring what was going on, and I knew in her, she desired and wanted the same thing. And then when she make that statement, she's actually commending the love. And this is what I was saying, like what y'all were representing to brothers and sisters. You gave hope, you gave assurance, you gave them something to go after, you gave them something to believe. And then only when you throw it away, it's back to square one. Like, see, I knew it. It was only a matter of time. So it's like everything that you was building, all those years of work, all those years of suffering, all those years of struggling, all those years just gone out of the window. And for what? For you to start it all over again, only to for that see that ending too? Because that's what you 9 times out of 10 gonna find out. You leave somebody, you start with somebody else, then you end up leaving them later. You have to look, when you in a relationship with somebody, y'all have to learn how to grow together, because people are always changing. People are always changing. You would never really get to know somebody. I don't care how long you've been with them. You would never get to know them, because people are always changing. You just hope that in the changing, one is changing for the better. And what makes you a partner is that you're able to assist and help. That's what makes it a partner. And this was the advantage you had that you wasn't even taking advantage of, that you didn't even see, that you didn't even recognize, that you disregarded and took for granted. Understanding where your true power laid. Your true power laid in your family. You didn't know that. You didn't know that was your crown. Your family was your crown. That many other female artists that you looking up to, wanting to be like, was admiring you for. Beyonce was admiring that you had a faithful, committed husband. Nicki was admiring you had a faithful and committed husband. Cardi was admiring that you had a faithful and committed husband. Megan Thee Stallion, they was admiring you had a faithful and committed husband. Because they can't say the same thing. They can't say the same thing. As great as they are, as many records as they have sold more than you. One thing none of them couldn't say when you and him walked in the room, that they had that. They had that which almost everybody in the world wants. A faithful, committed, devoted person who love and support them to the very end. And you threw it all away for nothing. And you can't say even for the money, because y'all had something greater than money. Love is greater than money. God is greater than money. Love is greater than money. God is greater than money. And when you have two working together, the money gonna come anyway. You can't allow circumstances to arise and present something to you to bring you into a point of desperation where you end up doing something terribly harmful that you can't get back from. The Bible says, let patience have its perfect work. Patience builds character. And at times you need trials and tribulations to come in relationship so you can know how y'all stand. You have to know if the love strong through adversities. And that was the problem. And that was the problem. And I'm pretty sure you're kicking yourself in the ass right now. Especially when you're seeing that it all fall apart and none of it worked in your favor. None of it. And it's a lot of things Pap can learn from this situation too. Learn not to be so smothering. It's okay to love somebody, to cherish somebody, to be nurturing, to be protective, but you have to operate in wisdom. Allow a person to miss you also. Allow a person to miss you also. Let a person be free. Let a person have fun. Let a person have friends. You can't be the all and be all in the relationship by which her complete happiness is in you. Let her also be happy with friends. Let her also be happy with family. Let her also be happy in herself. Allow yourself to be missed also. You can give everything, but also hold some things back. I know that sounded like an oxymoron, but let me just tell you what I mean by that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to give the person you love everything. But at the same time, you have to be wise enough to know to hold something at the same time giving them everything. You got to know how to operate in love. You know how you be hearing people be like, "Ooh, I tell my husband everything. I tell my wife everything." That's not wise. That's not wise. I tell them the things you need to know. I tell you the things you need to know and the things you should know. Certain things is not for you to know. And vice versa. I don't want to know everything about my wife. Just tell me the things I should know and the things I need to know. Some things you have to keep to yourself. Just for the respect and better of the relationship. Because we still human, we still people, we still flawed, we still sinners. Some things you think we can handle, we can't handle. Some things you think you should have told us, you shouldn't have told us. This is when wisdom comes in. You got to be careful of that. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's some question. It's yours. Shouts out to Cardi B, though. You know, she acknowledged it. She recognized it. She knew that it was real. At this moment, I don't doubt it wasn't real. And I know sometimes people can grow out of love. But these were the things that she desired and wanted for herself, or what she saw in y'all. Those are the things that she desired and wanted for herself, what she saw in y'all. And now she just sitting back, looking at it all fall apart like, damn, Remy, girl, you effing up. Like, for real, you effing up. You know how bad any woman in her right mind would want to be in your place? Why you think Clarissa Shields had no problem with stepping in? You and Clarissa Shields was friends in 2022. She even saw it. She even acknowledged it. And then when she heard what you was doing to him, cheating with Easy and doing all that, women know a good man like hell, huh? Shit. I said, girl, hell with our friendship. Hell with our friendship. Hell, he on the market. Papoose back on the market. Hell, look, I know me and you was cool, and you picked out a few dresses for me, and we laughed and talked on the phone a few times and shared girl secrets, but hey, he back on the market? Okay, listen, I'm finna take my chance. I don't hell with this friendship. Yeah, because they was cool first. That's what I said. Clarissa Shields, you ain't out of the clear. I just kept it 100. Yeah. But if she's going to be a better woman, and if she's going to love and honor and be in that man's side and support him just like he willing to do for her, and you wasn't willing to do that, I don't knock her. I ain't mad at her for that. Not at all. Not at all. Especially when you over and over again keep betraying your own family. I don't knock her for that. I don't at all. It is what it is. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's in question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.
Bustin' no streets for you, so leave me waiting on you. Bustin' no streets for you, so leave me waiting on you. Bustin' no streets for you, so leave me